Did you know? It is estimated that about 6 exabytes of unique information will be generated this year. That is more than the total information in the last 6,000 years. How do we prepare students for this information explosion? The amount of new technical information is doubling every 2 years. For students, it means that half of what they have learned in the first year will be outdated by the 3rd year. What are students supposed to learn? The top 10 jobs in 2011 did not exist in 2004. How do we prepare students for jobs that don't yet exist? Using technologies that haven't yet been invented in order to solve problems that we don't even know are problems yet. What are we as educationists supposed to do?
It's a transformed future that our children will walk into when they move out of school. And these questions are certainly disconcerting. The answer we feel lies in reflecting as to what and how we need to educate our children. Are they to treat subjects as the end knowledge, or learn how to use these subjects as tools to ideate and create? It is to fill this gap that we came with the idea of Robolabs.
The experience of doing science is important for kids, and a kid can experience science only when he uses it practically, when he sees things happen and becomes part of them.
Robolabs is a unique concept by Thinklabs which centers around establishing a lab in the school based on hands-on science learning through robotics. A Robolab facilitates students to experiment by providing them tools, required resources, and opportunities to explore. Imagine a child learning about Newton's law in the theory class, and while the concept is still fresh in his mind, he starts building a robot which is powered by gravitational force. By doing this, he has not only learned but also applied those laws. It is like rediscovering what was stated years ago by scientists. When a child listens to a concept, he might forget. When he sees it working, he might remember. But when he actually does it, he is sure to understand it. In simple words, working in a Robolab makes the student ready for the 21st century, as it covers all critical concepts in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
I knew how to calculate tall, but when I could make my own robotic arm to lift heavy loads using the right design, I could understand the real meaning of it. I think I learn faster when I create.
I think the practical exposure which Robolab brings in is very special. Apart from generating interest in science and academic excellence that comes along with it, it has made him think rationally. Something which happens when you actively use your mind and constantly keep doing it.
Robolabs has 2 technologies at the core of its functional structure, which have been developed after years of research from the prestigious IIT Bombay. These 2 technologies are Simple and iPitara.
The whole new experience was discovering how to look at everyday objects from the perspective of how things work and be able to simulate this behavior in our robots using Simple with a C, programming techniques.
Simple is an interactive software for robot programming. Simple does the complex programming at the back end and provides an interactive platform for the child to simply think smart and make smart programming decisions. This makes it so intuitive that the child will practically start making complicated programming logics within days without realizing himself.
Simple is so simple that the kids did not need to worry about the syntax. With the flowchart-based approach, it's easy for the children to apply their logic and program bot by just dragging and dropping elements.
iPitara justifies its name through its function. This magic box contains several sensors, mechanical and electrical accessories, and a programmable unit. The combination of these components offer endless possibilities for the child to design and innovate. This gives the child the freedom to make a new robot every time he sets out to use the iPitara. The freedom to design and innovate is the biggest offering of iPitara for a child, making the creative strings of the child come alive like never before.
Using iPitara, I can create so many different sorts of robots. I mean, it gives me the freedom to design my own bot in my own way.
After the school is over, one thing that I don't want is instructions. If possible, I would like to give them.
Robolab inspires me to keep working on my projects until I succeed. Problems don't stop me anymore. In fact, I use problems to learn new things.
My son belongs to a generation which is facing a big explosion of information, and there is learning taking place at every stage in life. Still, we believe that there are some missing dots in the form of application of this learning, structured thinking, and problem solving. Robolab has filled this void, and I'm glad to see that my son is now taking far more interest in science and technology, more important, application of it.
Whenever a robotic camp is held, many youngsters come together, work as a team and solve real-life problems. The ultimate aim is to enable them to meet future challenges.
I'm thrilled to be a part of Robolabs. It's great to work for an idea which has the potential to shape the future.